Okay, before we begin, I wanted to go ahead and quickly cover base meshes and more or less what they're used for. So if you guys watched the previous course, which I'm going to be referencing quite a bit, which is our character creation course, Intro to BPR Assets for Games, we talk a little bit about base mesh creation, and we build our base mesh essentially in that course. Now, the idea behind it is that throughout your career in a production or even just personal work, you're going to be recreating human characters endlessly so many times throughout your career, whether it's the faces, the hands, everything, full anatomy. You're going to be recreating humans a lot. So to help speed up productions, oftentimes base meshes are used. Disney uses them, Naughty Dog uses them, kind of every place, the majority of places you can think of, studios do use them, and they oftentimes have their main hero base mesh that everyone starts off with once they start creating characters. I'm familiar with Disney's. It's very clean. The topology's there, and you're able to maneuver it within Zbrush to get you a great start and head start, not only on the form that's in 3D space, but the topology in and of itself. And so what we're going to be using is our base mesh. Now, I didn't spend too much time on this. I just went ahead and created it for you guys to go ahead and just have a piece to start so that we can start building. Students oftentimes are very weary of using base meshes because it's like, oh no, I didn't start from a sphere. I didn't create everything on my own. And it's this conversation that happens where it's like, you're almost not being legitimate with yourself when using one. But to be fair, in most cases, most of the time at a studio, you're not going to be starting with a sphere. It just takes way too much time and you just need the pieces there. So all this base mesh consists of is, everything that you would need to build a character. Is it perfect? No. Is the geometry great? No. It's all ZR-meshed random geometry that we're going to be blowing away with Dynamesh anyways. And so all this guy allows you to do, and all a base mesh does, is it presets the clay in the world space for you to start moving around, and just give you a nice little head start so that you're not spending 3 days getting to this point or 1 day getting to this point. And instead you can just start right at this point and kind of move forward. And so base meshes are different and everybody uses different ones. Typically for personal work, I don't mind retopoling later, and I just don't necessarily use a very cleanly topologized base mesh to start, because I embrace Dynamesh and I use it quite a bit. I like to have the free form of my shapes kind of going left and right and being able to dynamically clean that up as we go. And so there are a lot more base meshes better than this guy that actually the topology follows the correct anatomy of the nose and so on and so forth. But for me, the jaw and the upper head are split, right, and the eyes are split, so there's no need for me to have this insanely perfect topology. It's just clay just waiting for me to adjust and move as needed. Again, this is going to be the base mesh we start with. It's just a normal human character that I have just set up with clay. This is my heavy build character that is my base mesh. As you make these over time, you can make a standard, a skinny, and then a heavy, right? So that you have a good base to start off on multiple characters. So this is just my heavy base mesh that when I'm just going to build some heroic character or whoever it may be, or maybe a giant orc or just a heavier set being or creature, this is a perfect base mesh to start off with. So again, this is more of an intermediate course. I'm expecting you guys know how to split tools and so on and so forth. And so this guy's split. I'll talk about specific techniques that I'm doing along the way, but I wanted to go ahead and cover this base mesh. We'll go ahead and provide it for you guys to follow along in the course. And with that, let's go ahead and get to it.